I know that's your style, something to see. It's clear to me that you weren't looking for a hero when you found me.
Fully Loaded is coming your way this summer, the biggest party of the summer with the best comedians in the world. Big J. Okerson, Mark Norman, Dave Attell, Dan Soder, Whitney Cummings, Tony Hinchcliffe, Stavros Halkias, Matt McCusker. I'm telling you, we're adding more people. We've got a big announcement we can't mention that'll be on that first week, starting June 12th in Macon, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, West Palm Beach, Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, Canton, Ohio, Columbia, Maryland, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Darien Center, New York, Rogers, Arkansas, Camdenton, Missouri, Brandon, Mississippi, and Orange Beach, Alabama. I'll throw the party. All you got to do is show up. I got introduced to you through your mom's house.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't trust Tom's musical taste. He just doesn't like, but now I started to trust it a little bit more because like his taste was like old school hip hop. Mm-hmm. But then I realized this old school hip hop also bleeds into a little bit of soul music. Yeah. And then he's never introduced me to a band, but he introduced me to you. And I think it had to be El Dorado.
I guess so, yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why does Tom like it? I know why I like it. I know why I like it. I know why I like your music. Your music, you got the same vibe from me. Well, first of all, you're akin to guys I'm obsessed with, like Derek Trucks, fucking Billy Strings. Right. But you're like them, but with a little bit of Nathaniel Rateliff. Like it's a little more soul, like I don't know, and I feel like you got the same problems I have.
Yeah, I mean, we're kindred spirits.
We're kindred spirits.
I started listening to you and Tom. I got introduced to Tom like in 2018. We did Conan together when Conan was still on TBS.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you met Tom.
Mm-hmm. He had just done that special where he kind of bashed Louisiana, so he had on an LSU sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I was like, "Did you go to LSU?" He's like, "Nah, I'm just trying to save some face." I just thought it was hilarious. So I started getting into your mom's house and then Two Bears, and I was a religious listener for a long time. But just hearing you speak, like I know we're very similar in nature.
We're very similar. We were talking about this downstairs. We're both people that fall off the wagon from time to time.
It's a hard fall.
It's a hard fall. Yeah. It's not. Here's the thing is, like, I think some people, if you don't put too much weight in it, it's not that bad. Like, if you just go, hey, man, I'm a work in progress, and this is part of the progress. This is part of the process. Right. I mean, look, Robert Downey Jr., how many times did he fall off the wagon before he got sober? Right. And by the way, sober, maybe that's not the thing. Like, that's my thing is I go, maybe sober is not my thing. Right. Like, maybe just being healthier is my thing. Maybe, I don't know if I was thinking of this today. When you quit drinking, did you feel like you noticed a difference in your music writing and your music playing?
I did notice just a better ability to be more self-aware and to be just more present. Yeah. And I wasn't trying to numb, and I was able to write a lot deeper. I was able to access, closer to the issues,
Really?
Yeah.
What was, I feel like sometimes when I'm on stage, if I've been drinking, I'm a little freer to go off. And I never really drank on stage. I always just was sober on stage. Yeah. And then recently when I go to the store, because I have my hour already set, but I feel like once you get your hour set, sober, it doesn't really, you just do it in rote.
Right.
And then if you get a little buzzed, you fuck it up. And then you can create in the moment. You're forced to create. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that, for me, I also feel like, I don't know if this is like crazy. Probably more applies to music. But if you're not going through something, then what are you writing about?
Right.
You know?
I know. I do. I can relate. Yeah. Just like what are we doing? And I know a lot of people who like to write like every day. Yeah. And I never really subscribed to that mentality. But when I started working with Rick Rubin, he told me I should do that. And I think the nature of that practice is to just, if you're writing every day, when something good happens, like you'll be there. You'll be writing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I 100% do, because the thing with comics is we write every day, but we don't, it's not pen to paper.
Mm-hmm.
You're just always there. You're always present, going like yesterday. I'll give you a perfect example.
Mm.
Yesterday, I have a joke about my dad not being able to hear real well. And apparently my dad went to my show at the Forum this weekend, and he was with my mom and Big J Okerson. You know Big J?
I do, yeah.
Big J Okerson was on stage, and they were telling us about my dad listening to Big J Okerson. My dad can't hear, so he's like, what did he say? He likes to come in a knapsack. And my mom was going, he comes, then he takes a nap, honey. And so I go, that's a good thing. Like in my head, I'm not per se writing pen to paper, but like,
right.
What's his balls are on his ass? And my mom's like, he's having anal sex. Yes, his balls are on his ass. So like, I'm laughing at it, going like, okay, yo, that's a good, if I need an example, so I write that down.
Yeah.
But that's the way comedy works for me. And I always wondered how, like, do you ever just, like, when you write, do you get like Delilah? I love that song.
Thanks.
I love that song.
Man.
I really love that song.
I appreciate
it.
I
love songs. I wonder if you know what I like. It's like, I like the other one, Tennessee.
Yeah, Mirror, Tennessee.
Yeah. The new album's fucking phenomenal.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's phenomenal, dude. You should be, I feel like music is in a renaissance right now.
It feels that way. Like people like Tyler Childers and Zach Bryan are out and just like, I mean, hell, like I feel like the same with comedy.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing is so incredible, and you're just, crushing it, obviously, but music is kind of doing a similar thing. And, people are taking these newer approaches and being more open to like really feeling the music.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it felt for a while that it was just commerce, and we were creating for the audience. And like with Rick, like his big thing for me was like telling me to put the audience last and to put myself first, which I'd never really considered before.
Sweet. Tell me if you can, and I apologize. I do want to talk about drinking and falling off the wagon, but not right now. I want to talk about Rick Rubin. You got to he saw you at the Ryman.
So Rick he saw a clip of me at, from the Opry.
By the way, cheers, brother. It's great to be here with you. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
You bring me a lot of joy.
You bring me a lot of joy.
And by the way, you've kind of opened my horizons to like music I like that I never knew I'd like. Like now there's a band called the Red Clay Strays that I'm into. Yeah. And I'm like, and I don't think, if I hadn't gotten into what you did, because I discovered you in 2020, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe 2009. No, it might be 2020.
Yeah, I remember.
I think I reached out to you.
You reached out to me on Instagram. I was like, oh, shit.
So what's it like to get a call from Rick Rubin?
I mean, it's a little jarring, at first. And he's such a heavy dude. Like just his energy. He's really calm, but he's very like gregarious,
Yeah.
And like you could feel his energy. And like when he called me, we spoke for like an hour maybe. Just
really?
about mental health, about music, about how we view music. And he talked about how my mental health could be more or less like a writing partner for me. And
what's your mental health like? Like I know my hot problems are OCD, a little bit. I don't even know if it's depression. It's more OCD and anxiety.
Right. And I mean, pretty kindred there. Like I definitely, I struggle with OCD. I struggle with anxiety and depression really bad. And, I've been diagnosed as bipolar, and then I've been diagnosed as not bipolar by other psychiatrists. Yeah. I mean, like you go to all these different psychiatrists, and like, there was just a period in time, like in my last relationship, where I was just bouncing around therapists, just trying to find the right person. And you get really burn out on it, like telling the same story over and over.
I had one therapist where I just said, hey, can you just watch this episode of Rogan? That should be it. And he was like, what? And I go, just watch it. And then I don't have to tell it to you.
That's
just
amazing.
Watch it. And then I went back in. And he was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
He's like, I have so many fucking questions. And I was like, that's how we should start.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. I was like, this is the episode. Just watch it. I'll charge me for this. I'll be back next week and we'll talk about that episode. And he was like, it wasn't even like, it was just like it was a trauma dump episode where I talked about everything.
Yeah, right.
I was like, this just cleans it up so easy.
Wow. The way your brain works is always really fascinating to me.
My brain, do you like your brain?
I like my brain. It brings me a lot of joy, but I feel like the downs are equally as present, you know?
Yeah. But our brains are dangerous brains.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, and I mean this respectfully. I know there's people that probably are adjacent to our brains, but the average person, like my wife,
yeah,
she will never get our lows, but she will never get our highs. Like my wife doesn't know what it's like to be like, fuck it. Like that feeling of fuck it.
We did a private gig for Live Nation in New Orleans one time. And I mean, I was drinking, but like, there's just this feeling like I get where I'm like I get to the lobby and like me and my boys are like at the bar. I'm like, I want to get kicked out of someplace right now. What is that? Why do I have that? And like, that's what I went and did. I went and like just shut a place down.
I get the feeling when, so I've been kicked out of 3 Buffalo Wild Wings. The first one was not my fault.
Okay.
Apparently you're not allowed to stand in Utah and have a drink.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, you got to sit down because I don't want kids to see you. So if you're standing, you're moving around. If you're moving around, kids can see you. If you're sitting at the bar, you can sit at the bar. So I was standing, we were watching UFC, and I was like, what the fuck? The guy was like, hey man, you got to sit down. I was like, oh yeah. And thinking he was sitting behind me.
Yeah.
So I stand up again, and he's like, yo, you got to sit down. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you can't stand with a drink. And I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And then I went to the bathroom. I had my beer in my hand as I went to the bathroom, so I'm not going to leave my fucking beer by unattended.
Right.
And the guy comes, he goes, that's it, you're out. And then as he kicked me out, he said, you can't stand and drink in Utah. So the next time I'm in Utah, I'm at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm like, let's test it out. By the third time, I was like, try to kick me out, motherfucker. And there's a weird thing that happens in my brain where I go, oh, no, I'm going to show you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a weird, and I'm not I weird things with confrontation, but
yeah.
I've been kicked. And by the way, that's not just 3 Buffalo Wild Wings in Utah. I got kicked out in Ohio. I've been kicked out of a lot of Buffalo Wild Wings. As a matter of fact, they came to me to do a campaign.
Really?
Yeah, shout out to Bob Menery. He ended up doing it.
That's awesome.
They reached out to me to do a campaign, just voiceover.
Yeah.
And I said, nah.
He said, nah.
I've had a lot of good experiences in Buffalo Wild Wings, but they're not forgiven yet.
They're not forgiven. They're not off the hook yet, dude.
You can't kick me out of the Buffalo Wild Wings for taking my shirt off when we're watching UFC. They have their shirts off. It's a fucking blood sport.
I had that. I'm glad I had that radio thing today because, like, you know, it's so good for me to sit here and talk with you because you do listen really well. I know that that's not something you're known for, but like you listen intently, you know, and like. There's a strong connection, you know. It's appreciated. It's much needed for me today because the hangovers are fucking tough, man.
The first hangover. How long were you sober for?
So I've been kind of like since last July-ish.
So almost a year.
Like almost a year. I fell off in October for my drummer's bachelor party. That got haywire. Yeah. That was in Jacksonville.
Oh, fucking
Jacksonville. Yeah.
I've forgotten.
Yeah.
I jumped in that river before.
Did you?
Yeah, St. John's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville's no good for me.
People forget it's the South.
Oh, yeah.
It's the South.
Yeah, Jacksonville fell off. That was a pretty hard fall.
Do you ever, does Coke ever end up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. In Jacksonville, though, it was like it was around, and it was like a real active, like, don't give Marcus the bag.
Really?
Because like I'm so like I can't get to that. Because if I do, like when I quit doing blow, it was like I was doing it in the morning, like to get going.
Oh, great! You know?
It was like it's great.
People think coffee's good.
Dude.
Like people go, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee.
Don't talk to me till I've had my cocaine.
God, how much Coke would you do in the morning? Just okay, because I'm telling you in my head, I've done Coke. Yeah. I've had fun with Coke. I was always terrified of Coke.
Mm-hmm.
But I would tell you that a key bump in the morning would probably be perfect.
Dude, and I mean, a lot of people like just don't get like how like that makes sense to me. And like I know people like shout out to Aunt Patty. She just got out of jail. My friend's aunt, Darby's aunt, but she just got out of jail, and like she just like she'll do a bump in the morning and like clean the house really well.
Yeah,
and like she doesn't drink coffee. She's like a little bump of meth.
A little bump of meth.
Well, yeah, that
would fucking. I bet my house would be spotless. Leanne would. I bet Leanne and I wouldn't have any problems. She'd be like, "God damn it, the side of your bed's organized." I go, "Real organized. The shadow people aren't there anymore."
Like, no, I mean, like that's a different thing. But yeah, I would do a key bump in the morning, and I'm really glad to be out of that because like
it's what happens. I mean, I feel like I can talk adjacent with you. Will you hit up Peter and make sure those drinks are coming? But what happens is it does feel good to get out of the really bad spots. Mm-hmm. The really bad spots suck, and I've been there a lot. Where the really bad spots for me are like airport bars are really rough on me, and getting out of there. And like right now, I'm at a place where this sounds so fucking bad to anyone listening, but like now I can just drink on a plane if it's bad turbulence. So like if I get scared, I can drink. But I don't need to get on the plane drunk. I can get on the plane sober. Mm. I don't need to order that. These are all like little battles that not everyone gets, but like in my head. And so getting out of the bad places is good.
Because you have a problem with flying, right?
I'm terrified of flying. I book my travel out of bigger airports so I can get on the largest plane because there's less turbulence. And so I drink less. It's all based out of fucking stupid necessity.
That's so wild. Like that's how I like. It's the domino effect. It's like, oh, well, we're here because of this. And then, all because I don't want to drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, when I was flying, I flew private for a period of time, not drinking. And I end up crying. It's so funny. Yeah. My daughters, did it with my daughters. We went to Vegas to see U2 at the Sphere.
Dude, I just went and saw Phish at the Sphere. Me and Duck. It's insane.
Fuck my story.
No.
No, fuck my story. How was Phish at the Sphere?
It was pretty insane.
Now, are you a Phish fan?
I've never really been a Phish fan.
Okay.
And all my friends who are Phish fans are like, gotta see him live, dude. Go see him live. It's fucking crazy, dude. Trey's a Jedi. And I'm like, you guys are really turning me off on the whole thing. And I just didn't get it. But when I went and saw him live at the Sphere, like, I couldn't really immerse because I was to go back to the whole time, I was just like, God damn, I really want to drink. And I couldn't have one. And I was like, this would be way better if I could have a drink. And I'm like, and Ron Howard was there, which was random. I was sitting with Ron Howard.
Wait, who's more random? When I saw U2, David Copperfield was there.
That's probably more random. But in the grand scheme of Vegas, it's maybe less random.
For most of the year, fancy underwear technology sounds unnecessary. Breathable, quick dry, moisture wicking, anti-odor, overkill. But then summer hits. Suddenly, steaming beads of sweat are forming in slimy pools in places they shouldn't. Suddenly, breathable, quick dry, moisture wicking, and anti-odor are sounding pretty damn essential. Summer is coming fast, and if you need to be prepared like me, do it with MeUndies. MeUndies has something for every guy this summer. Their micromodal fabric is breathable and comfortable, especially the ball caddy with its special pouch to help you avoid what we like to call bat wings around here. MeUndies has a cut for every guy's butt. Over 10 different styles ranging from boxer briefs to jock straps to our special pouch underwear called the ball caddy that keeps you from bat winging ever again. These cuts come in over 100 different colors and prints ranging from black to all over dinosaurs. Let me tell you something. I always wear underwear when I work out, and those ball caddies are essential. Absolutely essential. Summer is coming. Be prepared with MeUndies. Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/Bertcast. That's MeUndies.com/Bertcast for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in. Getting ready to host? Looking to celebrate a nice night in? What about a bottle of wine to pair with dinner? Or some beer to go with your chips and dip? No matter what the occasion, if drinks are called for, DoorDash has you covered. The alcohol selection on DoorDash is top shelf. With thousands of stores all over the country, you're sure to find what you're looking for and more. Beer, wine, mixers, mocktails, and more can be delivered straight to your door. So get your drinks in hand without lifting a finger with DoorDash and use code Bertcast. I'm telling you, the other day, I always talk about this. Leanne and I get into specialty cocktails. It's my favorite time to drink. When she goes, ooh, I haven't had a Campari Spritz in a while. Well, we don't have all the ingredients for Campari Spritzes. We needed Prosecco, Campari, and then soda water. We had the soda water. We always have soda water. But we ordered it on DoorDash to our house, sat in the hot tub, Campari Spritzes in hand. Whew, let me tell you, order your alcohol with DoorDash today and drink in the savings. Use code Bertcast, get 25% off up to $15 value on a $35 minimum subtotal on your next alcohol order for eligible users only. Terms apply, must be 21 or older to order alcohol. Drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. We'll get back to the fucking drinking stuff.
We'll get back.
I want to talk about music.
Let's talk about
I would say I have a discerning taste in music, meaning I feel like I found the founding fathers of great music and I followed their trail.
Yeah.
Right? In college, I didn't always get good music. Oh, shit, it's my daughter, Isla. Hold on.
You all right?
When your kid calls, you got to answer.
Love it.
What's up, baby?
You with mom?
No, why?
Because tomorrow is senior skip day.
Wait, wasn't it just senior skip day?
Yes, but that was an official one. I got it. This is the one going against the school.
Okay, yeah. I'm not with mom. Just do it. I'm in the middle of a podcast, baby. I love you, okay?
Oh, sorry, bye.
Bye.
Wait, don't. Okay, bye.
Oh, no, Isla, it's not airing. No one's going to fucking hear it.
Well, just don't make it secret. Make it secret.
Oh, it's secret. It's secret. No one's going to hear about it. All right, I love you.
Love you.
Bye. Let's break down. So how would you define your music?
Defining my music is tough because it's an amalgamation of things, you know? It's like all these different genres that I grew up like being inspired by. My grandfather played country and western. My dad's like a rock and roller, like through and through. Mm-hmm. So he put me on like Allman Brothers Band, Marshall Tucker Band. Dude,
Marshall Tucker Band was the shit.
The best.
Out of, well, let's just say the Allman Brothers. Let's start with the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
I would say they're probably the godfathers of what we call alternative country southern rock.
Yeah.
Like this like thing that it's not quite country, there's rock, but it's roots of people in it. Mm-hmm. And that's where when you find bands like even like the Red Clay Strays, I go, there's hints of that. I mean, there's like so much of that in there. And then you go, were you ever a Widespread Panic fan?
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, that was like my band in high school. And those are my buddies now. But
hold on. Let's stop.
Oh God.
Widespread Panic's my shit.
Isn't it great?
Widespread Panic. First Widespread. What's the song that switched you where you went, oh, this is my band?
Oh, with Widespread?
Yeah.
Probably Tall Boy. Tall
Really?
Boy's really cool. Or Coconuts. I like coconuts. I smoked a joint at a concert in Greenville at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena.
I played there.
It was the Bilo. I know you
fucking
did.
played there.
Yeah.
I think that your wife was going to come out to that. I think
she came to the show in Raleigh.
Okay, yeah.
Our friends were
Bon Secours. God damn it! Keep going. I'm sorry.
No. I saw them there Cinco de Mayo, and I was like 14, and just got super, super stoned, and I was like, "These are my guys."
C. Brown. C. Brown, and he waits for her.
They've got so many beautiful songs, and I Can't Get High.
Oh,
and Danny Hutchinson wrote that song from Bloodkin, and we were playing Athens, Georgia, at the Georgia Theater. Great room.
Great fucking room.
Side note: my bass player saw Bill Burr there years ago, and when we saw Burr recently, we got to tell him that Burr, for whatever reason, Steven was on his phone and he told Steven that he looked like a 1800s wanted poster, which is fucking hilarious because he does. Anyway, we're playing
Bert's
Athens.
fucking brilliant, man.
Oh my
He
God.
really is. His
So
brain,
good.
when you talk about writing music and not write and always being there to write, Burr is always there writing.
Dude, he's so fluid on stage. It's unreal.
You hang out with him, it's kind of exhausting. He just is always in it. He's always in the pocket.
Yeah.
So he's always like, last time I hung out with him, it wasn't that bad. So we were just talking bullshit, you know? But when you're with him and you're hanging out a lot with him, you realize his brain is always writing. He's always like it's almost like picking at a scab. Like he's always like, hey, you know, man, here's the problem with fucking traffic. It's like formation. We're in formation. We're like fighter pilots. Except no one fucking trained. No one trained. We're all goddamn and you watch and you're in on the 405 with him going like, are you writing or driving? Like it's
So he thinks in bits.
I think that you probably think in poetry or in I'm dying to find out. I'm dying to talk to you about. I heard you say one of the most fucking prolific things I've ever heard is that you were talking to someone. I don't know where it was, but you were talking to someone about playing the guitar, and you go, I don't know. It's the same as when I talk. I know the word I'm saying. I'm not spelling it. Yeah. I know the word I'm saying, and there's some words I can say that I can't spell. And it was like such a brilliant fucking statement because everyone always wonders, how do you talk on the guitar like that? And you're like, I don't know. Yeah. It just is a thing I got. Right. Well, I think that happens with comedy. Great ones like Burr and Chappelle. I'll use those two as an example. Mm-hmm. Don't put me or Tom in that level. But sure, Burr and Chappelle, dude, they think in just brilliance. Mm. They think in brilliance. They're always in the pocket of brilliance. Yeah. And it's always something either it's fucking hysterical or really deep. And you're like, oh, I'm thinking about French fries. Right. Widespread. Let's go back to Widespread. I'm obsessed with Widespread.
I snuck into a Widespread concert when I was 15. I paid the doorman like $50, and like he let me crawl under this like guardrail, and I went in.
Sweet. Were you playing guitar at 15?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I started when I was like 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So at what point did people say to you, "Yo, you're really good"?
So, like in my family, I've always made this comparison. It's like, excuse me. It's kind of like like you see these tribes, and like all the men go out and hunt. And when a boy becomes a certain age, he goes out and he hunts with the men. And that's kind of how my family was. But we were honky-tonking. And we were playing, bluegrass and blues and whatever the hell else. I mean, that's my whole family. And I'm so thankful to have a family where, like, my grandfather and my dad, my uncles, they all made a good living off of playing music.
Yeah.
So it was viewed as, a viable source of income. And I had bandmates that I lost, to college or to real jobs because their parents are like, all right, God, it's viewed as like a hobby. Yeah. I mean, they totally are.
So then you go to a Widespread concert at 15.
Yeah.
What are you watching? So I know I was smoking weed. When I first saw them, I was 18.
So you were in the Mikey Hauser days.
Yeah.
And
he passed in when? 2008?
Yeah, early aughts. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there then.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I never got to see that era. But like, the era now is like with Jimmy Herring, and he's just like, he's a fucking wizard, dude.
So when I watch someone like Burr, when I watch Burr,
yeah.
I can't really figure out what he's going to do next. Do you watch that when you watch musicians?
Yeah. And that's what I live for.
Really?
I'm like, I don't want to know where you're going, Yeah.
And
that's the allure about like, and admittedly, I have to say like the Grateful Dead thing, I was like, it's overhyped. I was like, I don't get it. And then I went and worked some dates with Phil Lesh, and, my buddy Eric Krasno was on the gig, and it was just like, Phil just loves to like take it to the point that it's like, it's completely, discombobulated. We can't bring this back.
Yeah.
Like it's dissolved into dust. And then somehow all the pieces come back together, and then you come back like even stronger. And like, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. And like me and Phil just looked at each other with so much joy. He's like 80 years old in Skechers. I'm like, you motherfucker, what are you doing to me? And I want to cry. And then I completely had to eat my words because, I was like, I just don't get it. And now I get it.
I wonder if this is the same. I hate that I have to. The only thing I can relate to is comedy. But when you realize in a bit that if you say this, you may not get there perfectly, but now you have a new end to the bit. Is that what it's like when you guys get lost? And I think the crowd knows it when it's like there and it's going, and then all of a sudden it's and it all starts coming back together.
Yes.
God, and you're doing that in the moment.
You do that in the moment. And with us, like we got 10 people on stage now. And like, I'll give you a good example. The other night at Soundcheck, we did one of my songs off of El Dorado. It's called Love Song. And I wanted to shorten it or something just to like, I don't know. It felt like too many slow songs in a row. But I want to like get back to the chorus. Like we don't, and like at Soundcheck, like it felt cool. Like we went right back to the chorus after the solo. And then at the showtime, like we all just like fell right back into like what it was supposed to do. Yeah. And we didn't discuss it or anything. Like after the solo, I was just like, we're going back to the verse.
When you build an album, because El Dorado, your very first song on that album, let me see what
is the first song?
I don't know, but it's such a great song that it's hard to like listen to the second song because I kind of want to hear it again.
I did play it again.
Like isn't that crazy? Like, when you build an album, because I noticed that I wonder if this is a good question or a stupid question. As I looked at the new album, I can't even find iTunes. It's called Music now. It's not even called iTunes.
They changed the name?
I'm old school. I buy everything on, I don't do like SoundCloud or any of that shit.
Dude, good for you.
So Mood Swings, a new album. Yeah. So I look at Mood Swings. I'm just curious. And I'll tell you, I'm telling you as a consumer, is Fuck My Life Up Again. I go to, well, you're also, I get that because I go, that's mine. Right. Delilah, Bipolar Love, Mere Tennessee are immediately the first ones I go to. Okay. And it's so funny. I want to talk to you about this. I was like, why did you, Delilah, such a fucking great song.
Thank you.
But when you name a song, are you naming it for the fan to see? Are you thinking clickbait? Are you thinking the way the internet works? Are you thinking any of that? Or is it like, yo, even if the label says, hey, when we can't name it Delilah, it's just not going to trend well.
Right. I mean, funny enough, like, we actually had a song years ago called Rita Is Gone, and we were on the same label as this really great group from LA called The Record Company. And they had a song out called Rita Mae Young. And ours ended up getting shelved because the record company was really hot, and they didn't want 2 songs out with Rita in the title. And we had the same radio rep. I was like, that's really stupid. And like Voss, like the lead singer of that band, actually like sat our radio rep down because we were on the road together too.
Oh, for real?
And he was like, hey, I know that there's some like he's a real farm boy. He's like, I know there's some trepidation about having 2 Ritas on the radio, but I just want you to know that we're okay with it, and you please put Marcus' song on. And they didn't. And it ended up being like a fan favorite later. But to your point, like what you're saying, what's funny about Delilah is like,
that song took me over.
That song,
on the whole album, that's actually my favorite song. And
mine too.
I just got the album like a week ago, maybe. I think it just came out April
5th. Yeah.
April 5th. And they sent me a link like, oh, you can download it here. And I was like, they never work for me. I go, I'll wait till it comes out. And then a week ago, I was like, oh shit, it's out. It's already out. Listen to the car. And I was like, go through, listen to everything. Delilah's the one I go back to.
It's a good car listen. Like, I mean, sonically, it's just like fidelity wise, it's like the greatest sounding record I've ever done. Because Rick is really, really OCD about like, it's top notch, like just audio wise.
Yeah. You mean like the actual fucking physical production?
Yeah, like that. Yeah. But, Delilah, I wrote that with this guy. His name's Gabe Lee. He's a great songwriter in Nashville. And, sometimes you get paired up with a writer, especially as a young writer in Nashville. They pair you up with these guys, which I think is unique to music because they can't really, like, unless you're writing like maybe for a sitcom or something, like comedy writers get put together.
No, we get paired up with sitcom writers, and sometimes you get them, and they're like, "So you're a beer salesman?" And you're like,
right.
But sometimes and I wonder if this happens in music.
It's like dating.
Yeah, but you end up making a fucking show with them, and you're so grateful those shows never went. So, like, I'm so glad those albums were never released because in stand up it's just me,
right?
And I look now and I go, I can't imagine had I done some of these horrific sitcoms.
I mean, I'm the same with songs, dude. I'm like, God damn, I can't imagine ever having cut that song.
Yeah.
It's so terrible. But like, you're never going to leave it stag. Like, you're not going to not finish the song.
Yeah.
You're like, well, this sucks, but how do we make it better? And you keep building. And like, some rights, like, you really get along. Like, it's just like me and you talking. It's great. Like, the conversation's great, but like, you don't write well together.
Yeah.
And that's weird. And then sometimes you show up and like, conversation's not good. Like, you don't get along really. And this was the case with Gabe. Like, we showed up and he's like, yeah, you know, I don't really do co-writes, man, you know. And he was kind of like turning his nose up at it. And I was like, well, hey, man, you know, I'm here for 2 hours. That's where they told me to be. So I'm here. And if you want to write one, we can. But if you don't, we can just go to lunch. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know? So we went to lunch and then we came back and he was like, man, you know, I actually kind of had this idea. And he sat down at the piano because he went to college as a classical pianist. And like, we started to loosen up around each other. And he just started playing this idea. And the name Delilah just rolled out.
Such a great name. I wish I'd name my daughter that.
It's
such a great fucking name. There's a lot of names like Penelope. I love the name Penelope.
I like the name Penelope.
There's like so many great female names. Keep going. I'm sorry. I fucking interrupt on the dumbest thing.
I'm so thankful for this podcast today because I was having a rough fucking day, bro.
It's tough. I don't think anyone understands. It's complicated. Like, it's like, I don't know. Look, I know your boys are in here, and I apologize if I'm talking out of school. But like, the last thing I need is someone telling me what to fucking do.
Oh God, dude, you're never out of pocket with my guys. Like,
I apologize if I'm like,
oh no,
overstepping boundaries. But dude. Sometimes like my team, there's a lot of women, will like try to like, you know, gently nudge me in the right direction.
Yeah.
And the second I feel it, I go, don't you dare. If you do that, you're gonna get a fucking mess on your hands.
Did you have overbearing or what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I had teachers growing up that were really like, yeah, Mr. King, you know, it'd probably be better if you did. And I'm like, I hate you. And like, the second somebody has that tone with me, I'm like, whew.
So you talked to Bradley this morning?
Yeah, I talked to Bradley this morning. She was not pleased.
But it's like, because Leanne, when I fell off the wagon, it's the only way to say it.
Yeah.
But when I fell off the wagon for the big sobriety chunk I did, Leanne was cool with it. She got it. She understood I was going to drink on the cruise.
How'd the cruise go, by the way? I saw that.
It was fucking incredible.
Dude, you and Cruz, just like, when I saw it, I was like, how did this not already happen?
Because, you know, comedy never got to this place where we're at. Right now, comedy's in place.
You brought it there, you know? Like, I got to tell you, man, like,
I
forced it there. But
I made her kiss me at her dad's doorstep. I leaned in too hard. All she had, the door was behind her head. She was like, oh, I guess we're making out.
You inspired me, man. Like, during the pandemic, I did a drive-in tour.
For real?
Because of you, yeah.
I need to isolate that. I need to isolate that audio. I need it sent to my phone, and I want that to be my alarm when I wake up every morning. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
Well, man.
There are a couple people that reached out to me during that pandemic that gave me a compliment like you gave me.
Yeah.
And I will say them: Jim Gaffigan, Brian Regan. Brian Regan's and Jim Gaffigan are two of the greatest comics that ever lived.
Jim's like the nicest guy too.
The greatest fucking guy.
I've gotten to hang out with him quite a bit, and like, he is such a sweet human.
Oh, the greatest,
genuine guy.
But that is a fucking no, man. I someone said it. I wish I wasn't too buzzed because I would be able to tell you exactly. But like, my mentality has always been like, if I don't make it, no one's going to invite me. Like if I don't do it, no one's going to like wait. No one thinks I'm going to do it. So like I might as well fucking do it.
Yeah.
And so like I just make it, and then I go and look. There's a bit on my new special that I'm really weird about because I know I'm going to get trashed for. I know I am, but it's like part of the thing is like, yo, I am who I am, and I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck. I know who I am. The people that love me, and I don't know how we got here. We were talking about so Bradley wasn't upset.
Well, no, I mean,
was upset.
Like off of what you're saying though, like,
yeah.
You know, I like, you know, I've had these moments in my life where things happen in my career that maybe people didn't agree with, and I just started basing it off of like, if anybody actively comes to me in the airport tomorrow and they're like, hey man, fuck you, like, then I'll know it's really bad. But that's not happened yet. No. And you know, also I've never gotten a negative comment from an attractive person. Have you ever?
Oh my God. Isolate that audio. And every time I get on Instagram, I want that to come up first.
Dude.
If you want to deem yourself as unattractive, leave negative comments.
Dude. Yeah. I've never like seen a negative comment, and I always click to see like who's saying this, because you got to know. And like right now, like I'm logged out of Instagram. Like I don't have Instagram on my phone. Like I don't do it. But like when I would look at comments, like I would always have to go and see the profile, and it's never like, you know, an attractive person. Like,
but you don't want to be. Here's my fear. Okay.
Or a person that's doing well.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Let's talk about sex, guys. Remember the days when you were always ready to go? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in the bed. Listen up. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredient as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. So no more visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. I have talked ad nauseum about the Rumspringa my wife and I are having. We are having great times alone. I'll say that discreetly. And I'll tell you right now, these Blue Chews are freaking awesome. I mean, they really are awesome. And it really sets the mood for me. Take one, hop in the hot tub. Next thing you know, boom. Blue Chew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code Bertcast at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Bertcast to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring this podcast and my relationship. These days, a lot of people are learning about all the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, and gut health, but worry about the whole not eating part. Well, that is exactly why Prolon was created. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutritional program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat. But Prolon isn't a diet. Prolon is science. Science based on Nobel Prize-winning discoveries in medicine. And this all starts with Prolon's 5-day program. Snacks, soups, and beverages, all designed to keep your body in a fasting state. It's literally like nothing else you've ever experienced. And I've done it. I've done it no less than probably, I'm going to say 7, maybe 10 times. I'm starting it on Monday. And when I start it, I feel so much better. And I got to be honest with you, I don't feel like I'm fasting at all. It's the best way for me to get into ketosis, because that is how I get into ketosis. It is, I'm telling you, I always post my measurements, and my measurements on my stomach drop always like 2 to 3 inches. They sent me a box and I hoard them. I hold on to them and I get so excited for them. I'm starting it Monday. I will be doing it Monday through Friday. And then I will get really clear on stage. My brain works so much better. And it's so convenient. Everything I need is in one box. It's no wonder why thousands of doctors now recommend Prolon to support healthy blood sugar and cardiovascular health. Right now, Prolon is offering my listeners, Bertcast listeners, 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/Bert. That's PROLON life.com/Bert for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/Bert. Do you ever blank out on stage when you're playing the guitar?
Yeah.
Do you?
Not when I'm playing guitar, but like in between songs, it's like, because there's no real comparison like in a comedic like performance, like in between songs, because you're always in between songs.
Do you feel like it's a comfort zone when you have a guitar in your hand?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If I have a guitar in my hands, I'm cool.
Where are the new black musicians doing what you're doing? Are they out there? Do we have a William Bell? Did I mean this respectfully, and I hope this doesn't come out sideways, but did we appropriate, is Southern rock derivative of what Elvis took?
Yeah.
And
dude, I'm totally Elvis vibes over here. And like, I'll pay all my respects to like the many black musicians that came before me that I looked up to. I mean, like, appropriation is like, that's a term that, I think about a lot, because if not for them, I wouldn't have a career. Dude, and
so many.
But we have Leon Bridges out there fucking killing it. Gary Clark Jr.
Gary Clark Jr. is a bad motherfucker. Do you know Corey Henry?
Yeah,
Corey Henry's a
he played on the record. All the organ that you hear on Mood Swings, that's Corey.
Corey Henry. My wife and I saw him at Chappelle had a jazz festival Sunday. You know the feeling. Hungover. Don't know if you're gonna do it again.
Yeah, and it's the Lord's Day.
It's the Lord's Day.
I shouldn't be drinking today.
It's noon. It's hot out.
You gotta drink.
Corey Henry holds what I can only say is a conversation between us and God.
Yeah.
And in the most authentically artistic way I've ever seen done. And Leanne looks at me and goes, "Want a cocktail?" And I go, "Baby, it's all I've been thinking about."
Oh my God, you just fell back in love with your wonderful wife. I'm such a fan of your wife.
She's a bad bitch.
She's so dope.
She's a fucking bad bitch. She's gotten better the older she got. It's like the bad motherfuckers always find old women. That's what
I'm saying.
Christina's older than Tommy.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we just
Michael Ian Black's wife's older than his wife. Nick Offerman's wife is older than his wife.
Really?
Buddy. Is Nick? I said that wrong. Nick Offerman's wife's older than him. It's like
I know what you mean.
Yeah. How good is Derek Trucks?
Oh, I mean, dude, Derek is like, Derek has this way, and like, it's the first time that I really recognized how to be truly emotive and be completely just honest through your guitar. And Derek has that, Derek doesn't need to sing, and nobody's ever asked him why he doesn't sing. And there's a reason for that. It's because he does. He sings with his guitar, and he's such a beautiful human. He's deeply soulful. He's deeply just like conversationally too. Like you met him, like,
He's critical.
Yeah, he's yeah.
I said to him,
Derek talks some good shit.
He was critical of himself. When I saw him with Dead and Company, or Dead Ahead. And I was like, I geeked out a little bit because,
me and Derek almost kicked the shit out of a prominent older guitar player that I won't mention, but
whisper to me who it is so I know. By the way, party with him one time.
Yeah, dude. He's a good time until he's not. And like this motherfucker just starts talking shit to everybody. And he's like, I'm like 19 years old at the time. And he just starts laying into me. He's like, man, you gotta lose some weight. I'm like, what? He's like, man, nobody ever sold any fucking records if they don't look like the Rolling Stones. And he's like, you see this? And I was like, I don't see anything. He said, exactly, fat boy. I was like, he said, you need to push away from the table, boy. He said, you ain't ever gonna get anywhere in this life looking like you look. And then Derek walks up and he said, I'm worried about you too. Points at Derek. And Derek's like, come here for a minute. Leans into him, and I asked him later what he said. He leaned into him and he said, I will run you up and down this street until you die, you old motherfucker.
That's the guy I wish I met backstage.
Yeah. Derek he can get scary. But like
he's old school redneck. You forget that.
Dude.
He's like, old school redneck.
Yeah.
Had he not learned how to play the guitar, he'd be putting tires on a truck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He'd be roofing with his dad.
He'd be roofing.
And like he's America's slide guitar player, and you forget that he's from Jacksonville and he doesn't fuck around. But like his younger brother, Dwayne, who plays with Panic, like
shout out to Dwayne's a bad motherfucker.
Oh my God. That's my boy. That's like one of my best friends in the world.
He's a bad motherfucker, man. He's a bad motherfucker.
He happened to be in Nashville, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to Schulman's and we're gonna have a great time.
There's people I fall off the wagon with. Like, you know, and this was not like I've fallen off the wagon with Rogan 4 times. Because I go, he's my lighthouse.
Yeah.
He's my lighthouse. He'll tell me if I'm fucking up.
He's the guy.
He wants to tie one on. I'll tie one on with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's always him going like, you want a drink? Joe Rogan's the best motherfucker in the world. He's the best motherfucker in the world. I've told the story again. I told the story a million times. I'm going to tell it one more time. I had a hard time making friends. I got burned by a couple friends, and I just was like, I'm done making friends. I distanced myself from Tommy, distanced myself from Joey, from Ari, from everyone. I just was like, I got you.
Ari fucking drugged you, dude.
Well, we're back.
I'm glad y'all are friends again, but like, I don't know. That just popped out.
It's Ari's mentality. It was our mentality probably at the time, as we all thought life's a party.
Dude, I actually know other people who got dosed in that same way. I mean, I got dosed when I was in high school in that similar fashion, but with acid. And
I've been dosed with acid too.
It's not a good time.
Acid's like, yo, run it by me.
Like, yeah, dude, just like have a convo.
Or ask me. I'll take half a hit and we can chill.
Like quick, like, yeah.
But like a full hit of acid.
God damn, dude.
You committed me to a relationship I don't feel like being in.
Dude, they fucked me up with reefer for a while, with pot. I was like, damn, dude, this weed's really strong. And then years later, Buff, the guy that dosed me, he's like, oh, man, you remember, man? You so young, man. I fucking dosed your ass, man. I was like, I had this realization.
If there's any takeaway you have as a young man listening to this podcast, it's into music and into partying and having a good time, do not dose your friends.
Don't do it.
Ask them.
Yeah.
Ask them. Let them make the decision, and then it's such a better night.
Yeah.
It's not a good night when you
could do it together.
Yes. I mean, listen, I had lots of, I love that your dog is sound asleep.
Isn't he the best guy?
God damn.
He's such a fucking.
I wish my dog could chill with other dogs.
You got 2 dogs?
I got 2 bull mastiffs. And Izzy, if Izzy was here, the best goddamn dog in the world. If Mac was here, he'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Mac's a fucking dickhead.
I got a problem at home. It's Otis, my Great Dane.
Oh, you have a Great Dane?
He sucks. I mean, I love him so goddamn much.
You love him, right? I love Mac to death. But every time someone walks in the house, Mac makes an issue of it.
Really?
You're like, Mac, he's just fucking, he's fixing our window, Mac. Yeah. Let him work. I don't know. When I was a child, dogs would like be roaming down your street. Dude, like coyotes.
Yeah. No, I was same.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in the South. I grew up in South Carolina. And like, you know, what's funny about that is like older generations say like, when I was a kid, like this would happen. But like if you're poor and you're in a younger generation, it was the same thing.
It still happened.
Yeah, we still experience it. I got raised by like my dad's parents. So I got raised like in a 50s household environment, except my grandma didn't smoke.
Really?
My mom smoked them.
How'd your grandparents die?
Both.
Strokes? That's how my wife's grandparents both died of strokes.
No, it wasn't strokes actually. My grandfather was actually kind of young for a king man to die. He was like 74. We never really figured out what was wrong.
Yeah.
But like we all kind of hypothesized like they gave him Ambien to sleep and it made him sleepwalk. And he
sleepwalk.
Yeah, and he fell and broke his wrist in the bathroom. And his wrist never repaired correctly.
Really?
And he couldn't play anymore. And he just lost the joy of life. And like I saw him, like the meter, like it just went all the way down. And he was like, and he never drank. And he was just like drinking Kahlua and just like, well, that was at the very end. He was like enjoying life. But like he was miserable.
Do you think about death?
All the time.
I do too.
Every day.
I don't trust people that don't.
Agreed.
I don't feel like they get it. I had a buddy I used to do coke with in New York, and he used to say, there's two types of people, the people that get it and people that don't get it. It's a very simple statement to a sober person, but to someone high, you go, that makes real sense.
Someone high, you're like, we need to start a business right now.
I think that's why you're so approachable. It's why you're so lovable. It's why your music, for me, transcends music. It talks to me. Also, your music is written for me. Like your written music's actually written for me. Did you become, this is a weird kind of sideways question, but did you become a better singer?
Yeah.
Duck is out.
He's like a light.
But like, I feel like your singing has gotten more.
It's gotten better, yeah.
Do you take care of your voice or something?
I don't do anything.
Do you do vocal warm-ups?
No.
Really?
I don't do anything. Like I smoke cigarettes.
When you first started playing, were you nervous about your voice?
Yeah, well, like when I was 13, like I remember like, and I actually ran into the guy. He was like, I put on that show in Easley, South Carolina. And I was like, that was the first show I ever sang at. And like, it really freaked him out because like he didn't know that. And like, it just like, I was like 13. It was the first show I sang at. And the first song I sang was
Night Moves by Bob Seger.
Fucking A, I wish. But
God, that's a fucking, I had a homeless guy living in my back.
That's the perfect song.
Night Moves, I just learned how to play the guitar. There was a homeless guy living in my backyard, lived in my alley. He was singing Night Moves every day, and I started throwing joints over the.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
At one point, I had to plant some tree. We had chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Same guy was living back there. He was mentally ill. I know that now. But I said, hey, man, I'm digging up holes to plant trees. I know you're here. We're talking through a fence, like Tim Allen's sitcom.
Dude.
I said, yo, I'll give you like $100 if you just want to relocate for the day so I can just, and he said, or I could stay here. I said, what? He said, man, where I'm at is a good divot in the asphalt.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable up against your fence. I don't want to leave. I'm going to lose my spot. And I said, okay. I'd already thrown the $100 over. And he said,
the bill was already over.
And he was like, we could talk. And I was like, okay. What's the best thing about Billy Strings?
The best thing about Billy Strings is it's honesty, really. I mean, Billy's just so real all the time.
Yeah.
Like I went and saw him at Bridgestone and went backstage before the gig. And he's like, he's my buddy. Like I've known him forever, but like I'm going backstage and I'm like, why am I nervous? It's my friend. We fish together. And I get back there and it's just so cool, man. He rolls over and he's like, man, what's going on? You know, and he's so. He's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just the time that he offers to you, he means it. And like,
wow, that's really important. So there's a lot of people.
Like, same like when we're talking, like he means it. Like while we're talking, like you're the only person in the room, you know.
I wish I had that more.
No, I mean you do have
it right now because I don't care about these guys, but.
You do have it. You do have it. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, like you listen really well. I mean, like nobody else. Like you get excited just like I do.
I get excited really easily.
Oh my God.
I get excited when I'm really interested in a person.
Yeah.
I got to play my song for you and tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
And then I want you to take it and fix it.
Gotcha.
Get me, what kind of guitars do you play?
Whatever.
Okay, cool.
Just into.
Grab me the Martin. I like the Martin. So I wrote this song the other day. I'm sitting there and we're just, sometimes it shuts my brain off when I play guitar. So I play guitar to shut my brain off. And it was like what was it? Like Thursday, Halston? I think I had the night off and I was wondering if I was going to drink, right?
Yeah.
So it's all the things. I want to give you all the tools I was thinking with.
Please.
It's that feeling you have when you know you're being healthy, but you know that the night might sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
It may shut your brain off and allow you to be present and not with all your thoughts. And so I'm going to give you a very simple chord structure of what I wrote. Bert Kreischer wrote this, correct, Halston? And it's not bad, but it's not great. It's not very simple. So this was it, okay? Very simple. And then I went to this. So I can give you where I was in this song.
Okay.
And it's very Bert Kreischer. So
Dude,
it was
Bert.
What was it? Wondering if I'm going to drink tonight. Mm-hmm. Don't want to start a fight. Maybe get on Amazon and buy a knife. Definitely want to fuck my wife.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink tonight.
Yeah.
See up until I see the morning light. Yeah, I'm gonna drink tonight. So I'm curious, like with someone like you.
So like immediately I feel like you want a chorus.
Okay,
like,
yeah. Okay, so I don't know anything about a song or how a song's written. So you hear that and you say what?
You start thinking about the structure of the song.
Okay.
You know? You start thinking about like, so like,
Feel free to put you in this.
right. But then you got the pre-chorus. It's like, or what'd you do?
This already sounds better.
It's ready to, it wants to pop.
Yeah, it does.
So then you do that. Yeah. So you gotta like pick it up. Like that's where it needs to go.
Okay.
So you've presented a verse and a pre-chorus idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, what was the first words?
I don't know. Well, it's just I'm wondering if I'm gonna drink tonight. I want to give you all the things in my head, like a comic would. Sometimes comics would tell me stories. I can tell you back to you very easily as a storyteller. But like the feeling is like at that 5 o'clock when the sun starts setting, and you're looking in your backyards and you go, the trees aren't enough. The fucking backyard isn't enough. My wife comes out. She goes, hey, you want to get in the hot tub? And you're like, oh, shit. And that feeling you get where you go, no one gets it, but we get it. Where you go, I'm going to drink. I want to realize it in the song.
See what you're putting out there right now. That's the writing, Say, my wife comes out to me. But wife is not a great singing word, but what's a cocktail you would like to have by the pool? You Tito soda guy, right?
I'm a Tito soda guy, but I'm not anymore. Poroso soda. I wouldn't mind if my wife got me like a Campari spritz. That doesn't rhyme with a bunch of shit.
But that also sings terribly.
Yeah, right? Okay.
The fuck?
A whiskey neat.
Whiskey neat.
Whiskey neat's a badass fucking drink. On ice, a whiskey on ice, a fucking, something to kick off your night.
To drink my whiskey neat by the pool without me. All right, so you like to drink your whiskey neat. So that's the first lyric of the first verse.
I want to take a hit of a joint too.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Hey, we grab one from downstairs. I just bought a whole fucking dispensary of them. Someone get us a joint.
You have one?
Hey, someone can run one up from downstairs.
Cal.
We have
I like to drink my whiskey neat.
Feel the ground on my feet.
Yeah. That's a big part of morning meditation.
Buddy, it's what I say every morning when I wake up. My ground are on the feet, I'm breathing. My feet are on the ground, I'm breathing. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm present. All this was gifted to me today.
Dude, the gratitude of just being here.
Yeah.
That's something that I always overlook. It's just we got to be thankful just to be here.
To be here is insane. But to be here and just casually be here, so many people do it, and they're just casually here. They're not seeing the forest for the trees.
NPCs.
Buddy.
So many.
And I go, no, I know you may look at me and see that, one of my favorite songs ever is this song. I love this. It's don't feel the sun's coming out.
Does that feel comfortable to you?
Buddy, I have zero voice left in this world. I've fucked my voice up from doing stand-up so much.
Well, it's all about comfortability. Yeah. Where do you enjoy singing?
Elvis. If you get me to, hey.
So you like
don't feel the sun's coming out today.
So you like a lower range. So that capo was a bad idea then.
They dropped this down for me.
Oh, is it an E flat?
Well, I don't know.
So I hang out with Zach Brown.
Is he sing low?
He tunes everything to E flat.
Really? So is that a cheat code? When I was learning how to sing as a kid, was I I should just have my guitar tuned down the whole time?
A lot of people do it just because it's it's kind of a spiritual thing, Because 432 is more so aligned with our bodies.
Yeah.
But just what aligns well with me is
Do you tune your shit down?
No.
You keep it up.
We just do it normal.
Really?
And I'd say the main reason for that is because we have Hammond organs on the stage.
Yeah.
And a Hammond organ determining on the power, if the power is good, then you're at 440. But if the power is bad, then the Hammond organ moves.
Really?
Yeah. That's one of the most incredible fucking inventions. Have you ever taken off the lid of a Hammond organ? Oh my God, it would blow your fucking mind.
For real?
Oh my God. It's 30s and 40s technology, and you literally have a fucking spinning wheel in there and all these fucking tubes and shit.
Really?
And yeah, you open up the back of a Hammond organ. Oh my God, it's so incredible. But anyway, because of that, like we played a festival recently in what was that? What was that town? Thibodeau, Louisiana. Yeah, they made us some nice shootout there, you know.
Yeah.
And then anyway, we got our set and like we started just like because we have like the walk on song, but Mike's playing and he's looking at our bass player like, you must be wrong. But like the fucking power transformer in the back is like not giving him enough power.
The Father's Day experts at Omaha Steak have made it easy to put a smile on the big guy's face this summer with hand-selected gift packages starting at just $89. So all you got to do is go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code BERT at checkout for an additional discount when you shop gourmet gift packages for Father's Day. Omaha Steaks. My mouth's watering right now. The world's best beef. Naturally aged for the ultimate in tenderness, juiciness, and flavor. 5 generations of family-owned expertise means uncompromised quality you can trust. Every steak and every entree is flash frozen, vacuum sealed, and ready to prepare whenever Dad wants to grill, all backed by their unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Their Franks, their hot dogs are so freaking good. I'm being dead serious. I'm a hot dog guy, hardcore. I don't think I've ever flown through Chicago without getting a hot dog at the airport. But the hot dogs that come from Omaha Steaks are quality equivalent to their steaks. I mean, they are just top notch. From dad's jokes to skin knees, your dad's one of a kind. This Father's Day, show him love with Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code BERT at checkout for exclusive savings on gift packages starting at just $89. He's guaranteed to love it. So wait, when you wake up, so I'm curious. So to see a guy like you with a guitar, it looks so normal. To see with me, I look like I look like one of the guys that stormed the Capitol. Should we play a song to get us out of this?
Yeah.
What song should we play? I don't know. You play it. I'm bad. I can't do anything you do.
Dude, play with me.
I don't know what to play. I can't do the shit you do.
Oh my God, yes you can.
God, you're so good. Like immediately you sound good when you do that.
You do too. Get over here. I'm gonna get trashed on the internet by anyone who knows that one guy with the soft chin and the weak goatee. I'll tell you who won't be fucking with you. Anybody attractive. Train down at the station. I don't care where it goes. Gonna climb a mountain, highest mountain. Jump off, nobody gonna know. Can't you see?
Fuck yeah.
Can't you see what that woman, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, she been doing to me? Later now, meet a woman, Lord, never told me goodbye. Gonna climb a mountain, highest mountain. Jump on, nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Come on, Bert. What that woman been doing to me? Sing with me. Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman she been doing to me? That's it. Can't you see?
Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman doing to me?
This is better than I could have ever imagined it. I love that you came in hot. We call it coming in hot in our family. You come in hot somewhere, people sense it, they smell it, they feel it. I love that you came in hot. I love that I'm here for you. I love every part of you. I'm gonna be at your show tomorrow night.
Dude, I love you so much.
I love you to death, brother. I knew when you met Tommy that he wasn't the real one. You had to meet me.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, Tom doesn't get him.
Tom just didn't get me, you know?
Tom looks at both of us and he crinkles his fucking bald brow and he goes, why don't they buy Porsches? And you're like, buddy, we live the fucking thing. Yeah. We live the fucking thing.
We live it.
Okay, I'll say a word. You play it on the song. Okay, I'll say a word. You just play it on the guitar. Butterfly.
Butterfly?
I can see it. Okay. You ready? Okay, now we're going to go sideways. All right, it's going to be, I'll say the word. You got to play it, okay? Wet pussy. Right when it enters. Oh, and I just came. Okay. Alcohol. Oh, because it went sideways. And just started going. Give me a blues thing. What's the song you play where you play a chord and then you sing? You don't play anything and then you sing for a second. I just listened to it today. You go like, you play something.
I let you run wild. When I see you smile, it's all I need. You like that? I let you run wild. I know that's your style. Something to see. It's clear to me that you weren't looking for a hero when you found me.
All right, I can't do that. That's
you
fucking
can.
No. Hold on. Hang on. I gotta get you to play. Hang on. Can you play Wildflowers and Wine?
Oh, I'd love to. So my buddy Ronnie Bowman, who's a wonderful bluegrass singer and performer and writer, and he came in one morning and he was like, "Man, I got this idea. It's about wildflowers and wine." I'm like, man, because at the time I was still in my last relationship, and I was like, the first time I went up to see her in Virginia, I drove from Greenville, South Carolina, and I stopped along the way and I picked up some wildflowers. And he's like, man, well, I guess it's meant to be. And, it just kind of turned out like this. Wildflowers and wine, an old scratchy record in the background of our lives. We're still here dancing after all this time. Wildflowers and wine. morning sun, one like I never seen. Lord, I picked them one at a time. Wildflowers and wine. Lord, I picked them one at a time. Wildflowers, wildflowers, wildflowers and wine.
God. I don't have that. Like, I can't. Let me try. When I was 22 years old, I got involved with the Russian mafia. This is so fucking good, man. God, that's so fucking good. You're so fucking...
Man, thank you.
You're so fucking amazing, man.
Dude,
you're so fucking amazing.
Thank you very much.
You are so fucking amazing. You are so fucking amazing.
I'm so happy to be here, man.
You are a precious person, man. I said this when I met Chappelle. I said this to someone else. Someone else might have said this. They said when God made Chappelle, they gave him all the things. They gave him all the things. You got all the things, man. You're so special.
Thank you, bro.
I can't wait for tomorrow night's show. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to cry. I bring sunglasses. I can't wait for all of it, buddy. I'm so happy to know you. It means a lot to me. To be able to love something and then meet the guy that does the thing you love. I hope you experience that in your life the way I get to hanging with you. But you are, you're the real fucking deal, man. You're the real deal. I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
Dude, I experienced it, with your podcast and just like with your ability to just understand the common man and to just have a finger on the pulse in the way that you do. It's so moving, and your nature towards your family and like your, prioritizing of the family dynamic is so moving, and it's inspirational, truly, for me as a touring man myself. And, I turn you on all the time. Like if I'm having a bad day and I just need to hear somebody and I need some reticent, companionship, you're the guy.
Well, this morning I got in the car with Leanne. We're driving over here and we played Delilah. And Leanne goes, "Who the fuck is this?" I said, "This is Marcus King. He's coming over." Oddly, Alexa doesn't like you. When you say play Marcus King, they don't play you. They play a bunch of other shit. I don't know why.
Alexa, Amazon, Seattle, Washington. We need to figure that out.
Yeah, I played you today. We were making coffee, and I go, Alexa, play Marcus King. And they played something. I go, that's not him. That's not him. That's not him. Fuck.
Yeah.
And so then we got in the car. I played Delilah, and she was like, and Leanne is, you're her fastball. You are her fastball. Like she likes the shit you do.
Oh.
Hardcore. She fucks with you. If she had not met me, she would have fallen in love with you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Her two fucking hall passes are you and Dwight Yoakam.
That's so fucking weird.
I know, right? Makes me go, cool. I guess I like what they do. I guess she loves the art.
It's more of the art.
Yeah, it's the emoting.
That's two weird looking dudes.
3 weird looking dudes.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah,
I'm the one she married.
You're in that group, yeah,
buddy. But you fucking kill it. Tomorrow night's gonna be awesome, man.
I can't wait.
I can't fucking wait. All right, I'm gonna go spend time with my family. I'll text you tonight.
Cheers,
see if we can
brother.
get after it. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Great fucking podcast.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.